Say hey, Lily. Say hey.
Where's her feet? She's trying to wait. Say hey.
Say hello. Okay, well, bye. All right, high five. Bye. I'll see you later. So as y'all can see, I'm not at the studio. We were supposed to be at the studio today, and we had a cancellation. So the photographer that was supposed to be coming in today, he had to basically reschedule his shoot. Something with the model had to reschedule, so we just rescheduled the whole day. Then I had a meeting at 1 o'clock. I checked in about 12:30 because I lost track of time. After that, I didn't hear anything until 2 p.m. So, of course, that right there was instantly canceled. So, I took the high road with all of it, especially knowing that my schedule is about to change this week. So, today being Tuesday for y'all, Saturday for me, I have to start going in to work during the day instead of going in at night. Chloe, really? So just in case I didn't say it, instead of me going in Monday through Thursday, I'll be going in Sunday through Wednesday. And that basically means no more overnight shifts. Instead of getting off at 2 a.m., I'll be getting up about 2:30. Yeah, I'll be getting up about 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m. So that, I know it won't be difficult for me to do. I'm just, processing, oh man, that means I got to go to bed early. Cause anybody that knows me, I'm up. Like I'm up until 2 o'clock in the morning. And not just because of, the job situation, even before that, I would be up till 2 o'clock in the morning. So of course I had to weigh the pros and cons of this whole shift change. And I think, not even that I think, I know that my pros definitely outweigh my cons. I do have a big con to this situation, but I'm gonna have to adapt to it because it's a big thing. It's a very big thing to me. So one of the biggest pros is no more driving overnight. The biggest thing with driving overnight was some nights it could be one day out of the week, it could be all 4 days that I'm driving to work, where I would catch myself falling asleep on my way home, and that's not good, that's not safe. To wake up and then you see the white lines going through the middle of your car, or you're hitting the rumble strip, or as somebody put it, you see the dog in the road, and there's never a dog in the road. It'll be a deer before it's a dog. So I'm like, that right there is instantly the biggest pro, because I love my life, I love my family, and I don't want to be taken out of this world over something that I could have prevented, if that makes sense. And I hope it makes sense. I'll have my afternoons back. I'll have the majority of my evenings. Where's Chloe at? I'll have my afternoons back. Getting off at 3:30 p.m. still opens the door for me to, if I have to, run to the studio, grab something, drop something off, instead of doing it early in the morning. It also opens the door to be able to see my wife and kids when I come home, and then them being awake. And then just knowing I'll have an actual weekday off, and not and not getting off the morning of a weekday. Having Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off really put me in the space of I am literally working every single day. I'm going to the day job Monday through Thursday. And then we have things lined up over the weekend, Friday and Saturday at the studio. Same thing with Sundays, going to the church. So it's like every day I'm having to get up early. I'm not the type of person to sleep in anyway, but it would be nice to have that moment if I wanted to. Again, probably wouldn't take it anyway, but I'm just saying. So when it comes to my cons, it's just adapting to this new sleep schedule. Like, it's almost time for me to go to bed right now at the time of recording, right? Like, the sun doesn't go down until about 9 p.m. I'll be going down when the sun is going down, okay? That's gonna be weird. Cause again, I'm up, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then working the night shift, most nights I don't go to bed until 5. So the other thing that's like a second tier to me is I won't be able to take morning meetings. So like I said, and I don't know if I said it, but going in at 3:30, I would typically get up about, let me dial back. I wouldn't go to sleep until about 5 a.m. Then I'm up about 10 a.m., maybe 11. And then I'm up and I'm responding to emails, I'm sending emails, and I would schedule like discovery calls with clients or anybody that was trying to be a guest on Creative Roots. So I'm thinking, what am I gonna do now? And it's just, I'm gonna have to do those things on the afternoon, in the afternoon, or I'm gonna have to push all of that to Thursday. The biggest con to all of this for me, and this is the one that I had to wrestle with the most, not being able to go to church. Even though I go to a different church than the church that we do the media production team, we're the media production team for, at least I was still in church. I was still within the vicinity of, God's people. And working on Sundays has not been at the top of my list for some years at this point. But I mean, even when I drove the truck, I would still, chime in and listen to Sunday service. But now I'm basically back at that. Yeah, that is my biggest con about this whole shift. But I gotta shift it. I gotta make the shift. So I think that I know that right there will be, like I said, the biggest issue that I have. All right, let me finish this because it looks like it's about to storm. So the real change for me, which is something else that I had to process, it is about to rain. Let me make this quick. The biggest change for me was having my afternoons and my evenings back and being able to spend time with my wife and kids, and thinking about how I do certain things and what I'm wanting to do with this channel. And, for myself, I feel it gives me a bigger gap to be more intentional because I am awake, already by the time I come home with this new schedule compared to coming home, getting home at 3:30 and then trying to edit a podcast or edit a video to go out on Tuesday or, do whatever it is that I need to do. I'll just sum it all up and call it work, even though I don't classify all of it work. But that right there, that is the real change for me, being able to do that. And it is drizzling on me right now. I feel this is the shift that needs to happen in order to be consistent or more consistent than what I am. Not because it's suddenly gonna get easier, but because I feel like I have a better opportunity to make it happen. Again, I have a whole weekday off. So it is drizzling. I am about to wrap this up. In conclusion, for me, this schedule change feels more like an opportunity and not just something that just happened to fall in my lap. It'll take me some getting used to, which I already know it will. The biggest downside is church, but I have a band of brothers that I know I can still communicate with, and then, You know, we already talked about getting together and having Bible study on our own. But other than that, I'm done with this video. I'm choosing to focus on what I can build instead of nothing. I'm focusing on what I can build in all aspects of my life. But that is it for today. So what is going to happen is I am going to get up, turn this camera off. I'm going to get the dog. Hey, Chloe, come here. Say, hey, Chloe. Chloe, look. Chloe, hey, look. Look. Look right here, Chloe. Look up. Hey. Say hey. All right. She don't want to participate, but I am getting rained on. So that is it for this video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.